Hello, everybody, and welcome. Today, I'm interviewing Chess. She's an atheist I met recently, and she is a wonderful artist, and she also makes some great videos. So, let's get started with the interview. First of all, how are you doing today, Chess?
Pretty good. You?
I'm doing well. I can't complain. I'm upright and sniffing air, and I still don't believe in God, so I think I'm doing better than some. um, okay, I guess my first question would be: were you raised in a religious household, or were you
Technically,
raised religious?
technically speaking, I went to church every Sunday up until the age of like 6 or 7.
Okay, what kind of religion were you in?
Mormonism.
Oh, Mormon, eh?
Yeah, I
Mor-
don't have.
Mormonism is one of my favorite silly religions of all of them. They got some of the oddest traditions. It's
They
like it's
do.
like a cross between Christianity and Freemasonry.
Right. Well, and the sad part is I don't have really any memories either. Like all
Yeah,
my memories are all physical, like items from the church itself. Like if you ask me what they were teaching, I have no real memories of that.
right. Well, that's probably a good thing.
Probably.
So, after the age of six, did or were you was your family still religious? You just stopped going to church?
My mother cheated on my father, and that's a big no-no.
Yeah, that
So
doesn't seem very Christian-like.
he didn't. He stopped going after that, and to this day, he still lets the Mormons come and visit him, though, because missionaries will come and visit him every now and then, and he still lets that happen.
I have a friend. He's from Oregon. And he made the mistake of I guess like you can like mail in a thing to the Mormon church for
Mm-hmm.
information or a free Book of Mormon or whatever. And he said for literally 7 years straight, every week he had Mormons come to his house and try to talk to him just because he sent for the book. Is that something that's normal in Mormonism?
Well, yeah, even if you tried to like leave, like my mom, so for men, typically they'll send the male missionaries. For women, I know for a while my mom had like the sisters come visit her.
Uh huh.
That stopped. Like I don't know what she did specifically. I think she just showed no interest. Cuz she stopped like I guess any activity with the church period because she didn't like how they spent money on a anti-gay, I think, governor in Florida.
Hmm.
There was some scandal with someone that was anti-gay, and she hated that, so she decided to
Okay.
end it.
I guess my second question would be since this is a kind of a Mormon based question. Um, do the Mormons have lots of secrets they don't like to share with non followers because it might turn them off of Mormonism?
They did. I had no memories.
Oh, okay. You don't remember? So
Yeah,
you never got to go to the temple or wear your magic underwear or nothing like that. Man, you missed
my
out.
my dad did actually have magic underwear, and I believe he still wears it. But the only people that were allowed in the main temple were men. So yeah, no women were allowed in the main one, and that one is actually a little farther from where I live.
So Mormonism is pretty misogynistic then.
Oh yeah, no, women and men were separated.
I mean, most Christianity is misogynistic, but I mean, Mormonism seems a little bit more misogynistic than your average Christians.
Yeah.
Um, so what was your what was the so you stopped going to church at 6 or 7? When did you first when did you first start like heading toward atheism? And was there something that made you head toward atheism, or was it just an organic thing that happened?
They sent me a meme. That was legitimately the thing that got me, and it was like a meme that wasn't directed in a uniform way. It was like religion is like a penis. You're allowed to have one. You're allowed to be proud of it. But when the moment you try to wave it around in public or shove it down my kid's throat, and when it's not okay, that was legitimately the thing that I was like, okay, I'm gonna look into more anti-religious stuff, and that's how I got that ball rolling.
That's cool. I mean, what age were you when you started your quest of atheism? When did you come to the dark side?
Um, Probably high school. I was around 15 or
Around
16.
15. That seems like a pretty common age. I would say I was never raised religious. I'm like one of the very few people that has been an atheist my whole life. I guess my family was Catholic per se, but we were never churchgoers. I can't ever remember going to church. The only thing I ever came close was I think I went to like catechism class maybe 4 times. It was
Mm.
like 1 hour class for like 1 month. So like 4 hours of, and I was probably like 12 or so. And even at that time, I was like, well, this seems like a bunch of fucking bullshit. You know, like the story of Noah and Jonas and, you know, stuff like that. It just seemed pretty bullshitish to me. So, you know, I think that's a pretty common age, anywhere between the ages of 12 and 15. I think there's very good reason for that too. I think that's when uh, you first start thinking for yourself and start questioning things. So it would be a pretty common, you know, it seems like a pretty common thing for people to start questioning God's existence at right around that age. You know what I mean?
Right. And it's kind of interesting because, like, okay, for my dad's side, they're definitely religious, and maybe it's because I was. Like the moment my dad and my mother broke up, it just kind of fell through. Like I never saw that side of the family except for Christmas. And there was like 1 year because I believe they're Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember which nomination they really were, but that was creepy because like as you walk through the front door, there was nothing but crosses littered all over the walls.
Oh yeah, Catholics love their crosses, boy. They sure love the crucifix.
I truly do not know, and like that, and even talking to that side of the family, I only saw them once a year, and like one of my cousins got pregnant at 16 because the mother thought that the Bible was birth control. It didn't work.
That's pretty funny. So okay, who were some of for well, I mean, who were some of the first atheist YouTubers you got interested in?
TD Kirk, Mr. Epsilon, and Jacqueline Glenn.
Oh, okay. Them are all three very good atheists. I believe my first ones I came across were probably Armored Skeptic, Logic, and I believe probably Godless Engineer were the first three that I really, I mean, that really got me interested in the. I mean, I've always been an atheist, but them were the ones that really got me thinking. I believe them were probably the top three
Right.
that really got me thinking. Um, and I know a lot of people, you know, people were calling Logic a armored skeptic clone. I think it would be the other way around, to be honest. If you want my honest opinion, I think I think Armored Skeptic makes great content, but Logic is the he is the grandfather of atheism in my eyes. I mean, that guy's arguments are fucking bulletproof. I mean, he thinks of almost every angle you could think of. His arguments are very well thought out, and they're just Logic's definitely one of my favorite atheist YouTubers, by
Right.
far one of my favorite atheist YouTubers. Now, what made you want to start a YouTube channel of your own?
Something to do. Truthfully, I'm currently unemployed and I like to keep busy.
Right, right. Did you intend to start out as a did you intend your channel to be an atheism channel to begin with, or is that just the direction it ended up taking?
Well, I would say, okay, but roughly a year ago, when I started working at my last job, I got in a fight with a couple of girls, and that's what got me on Twitter because I only worked with like 2 other women. So my form of social outlets was Twitter. And when I got more into the atheist discussion, because like just the memories of those women like talking utter bullshit, especially when it came to their religion, would just like made me vent on Twitter.
Right.
So because I started that out on Twitter, I thought it'd be more wiser to go in the same direction for if I tried a YouTube channel.
Right. Yeah. I think that's kind of I was just impressed by. I think what made me start YouTube. Well, I started a YouTube channel initially just so I could comment on videos, and then all I had at that time was a phone. So I thought, I did make a video back then, and it was fucking shit. It was total shit. I mean, there was no script. I didn't think it out very well. I uh I stuttered a bunch. I mean, it was a shit video. But for a while, I really couldn't find my niche. I wanted to make atheist videos, but I didn't want to do the same old response videos. Like I do want to do response videos, but I really enjoy interviewing atheists because not only, well, number one, I get to know the people I enjoy watching, which is it's very important to me. And number two, um, I think it makes our community stronger if we know more about each other as people and we're not just avatars on a screen. If that makes sense.
Right.
I mean, I think I think our community. I'm not saying the whole atheist community, but our little corner of the atheist community has to be the most close knit, um, family like community I have ever seen on YouTube.
Oh
Like
yeah.
most YouTubers are competing with each other. You know, they all talk shit on each other. I've never seen it. I mean, if we all lived together, we would probably be like a bunch of hippies, pretty much. I mean,
Well, like what
there's so
is
much
it?
there's so much love in our community, so
Um,
much love and support.
like what's happening with like Faye, especially with helping her with the fridge, that was really amazing.
Yeah,
If everyone remembers that yesterday, and it's still up by the way, her donate for her fridge so she can actually have refrigerated food.
yeah. I wish. I mean, if I'm unemployed at this moment too. I do like landscaping and like uh construction type work. But the weather it's been so hot and or it rains, so it's not enough to where I have extra money, if that makes sense. I guess I'm not technically unemployed. I'm self-employed, but I don't have extra money, if that makes sense. I mean, of course, I need to take care of me and my own first before. But if I had a job, I would probably donate to so many Patreons it wouldn't even be funny. I mean, even if it was $1 a month and 20 different YouTubers, what's $20 a month?
Right.
I mean, when you don't have it, it's a lot of money. But if I had the money, there are some definite YouTubers I would definitely donate to. One would be one my I would say my favorite underrated YouTuber has to be another freaking atheist. He's the glue that holds this community together. I know a lot of people give him credit, but I don't think he gets enough credit. I think he's an awesome person.
Oh yeah.
Um, um, and I take it back now, Don. After you say don't sub to me, you bastard. No, I'm just joking. I love you anyway. Subscribe to both of us. we both do interviews, but we interview in a different style. So you might learn something from me that you wouldn't learn from him, and vice versa.
Oh yeah.
Um, um, so um, so once you what direction would you like your channel to take? Are you gonna do? I mean, I know you're really interested in art. You're a great artist. Um, are you gonna do more art on your channel?
Probably. I just kind of do what I want at this point. I don't feel like I have to take a specific direction.
Right. Yeah, that's me too. Like, for a long time I thought that I had to, like, response videos was the only thing to do, but I found that there are way more ways to express my atheism than just to refute Christians. Like, I can do the history of Christianity. I can do other history articles. I can talk about, like, old atheists like Bertrand Russell, David Hume, Thomas Paine, stuff like that. I think that's stuff that a lot of atheists have forgotten about, and don't that might interest them if they would, get more into it.
Oh yeah.
So I think that's the direction I'm going to go. Now I'm an artist as well. I've always been an artist. Like, I've either always drawn, painted, played the guitar, but,
Hmm.
like, I don't know if you're the same as I am, but I'm very insecure about my art. I doubt myself a lot, so I don't like to show my art off because I'm afraid it won't be liked. Do you ever feel that way about your art?
I think that's with everyone, but I kind of use the same logic as I do for sex, where yes, I don't think I look the best at this very moment, but who really gives a fuck? Like, if I put up an art piece, you're gonna notice your own problems than anyone else does.
Oh yeah,
It's
you're your own worst critic always. That's for sure.
so when it comes to something like that, I just think about it logically. Just because I see like 50 things on a piece of was it on a piece I made that I'm annoyed with, doesn't necessarily everyone else will see it in the same light. And that's why I just post everything. I don't really try to hold back.
You know that piece you showed yesterday, the one with the lady in latex.
Yeah.
What was that? Was that pen and ink?
That was ink and pencil.
And because you did a wonderful job on latex. Latex is very, very hard to show. It's a hard texture to get to come out because of the shininess and the shadow and the light. But you
Oh
did you
yeah.
did. I have to say that was a wonderful job at doing latex.
And
I'm not sure I could do as well, but you did a
as
wonderful job at it.
and as you said, like every person's their own critic. Like I find that piece annoying. So like I have to get a lot more practice in it because even in the original picture I was basing it off of, there was more detail to it than I was able to show.
Right. A lot of times with my art, what I do is, like, I second guess myself a lot. Like, when I do a painting, like, my painting never stays the same. Like, I'll look at it and be like, oh, I can change that, and then I'll be like, oh, I can change that. So it's almost like my paintings are never finished. Like,
Huh.
I tried doing Bob Ross style painting, wet on wet, but the problem with wet on wet is that the paint has to stay wet, and I make too many changes, so it didn't work out too well for me doing
What
wet on
what
wet.
what was it? A little while back in my area, they had a display specifically on the Mona Lisa at our museum, and it
Yeah,
was kind of interesting because uh, with the Mona Lisa, they kind of showed how much Leonardo second guessed himself and how
yeah.
long.
Even Da Vinci second guessed himself. That's crazy. One of the greatest artists of all times. I mean, if that doesn't tell you that, I think all artists are that way. They doubt their own ability. I really do. I really do
Right.
think that artists doubt their own ability.
Well, like with him, it was about like years.
Yeah.
It was somewhere around like 8 years just to finish the Mona Lisa, and it's because he was constantly second guessing himself. And even like the piece at the time, like if he saw the piece today, he wouldn't accept it as is because he constantly edited his own piece.
Right. And you know, with Leonardo da Vinci, I mean, I couldn't imagine. I think part of Leonardo da Vinci's problem was he was such a genius that he had so many irons in the fire. Like, I mean, this guy was designing architecture, painting, sculpting, designing weapons, designing, you know, inventing things all
Mm-hmm.
at the same time. Can you imagine how much shit was going through his head at any one moment? It boggles my mind to even think about it.
It's kind of 50-50 because it wasn't all done in one day, and he was a huge doodler, and it it was interesting, that whole exhibit, because it did go over all of his stuff and how some of it like was just so illogical as well.
Right. And I mean, Leonardo da Vinci, some of his stuff would have never worked. Like some of his like engineering drawings would have never worked in real life. They would have never been practical in real life. But I mean, that's any engineer. I mean, if anybody has ever worked in a factory, like I've worked in factories a lot in my life, and what looks good on paper doesn't always work in real life.
Right.
You know, that's just the way it is. I mean, yeah, you might be an engineer, and you might, you know, it might look great on paper, the schematics, but once you try to put the schematics into practical use, it doesn't work.
Well, yeah,
Just
there's always
doesn't work.
the what works in theory doesn't work in reality.
Right. Yeah. So what are who are I'm sorry, but what what kind of things are you working on for your channel right now?
Lately it's been a lot more sex stuff. Um, Sorry. So like my next one I was wanting to do is more regarding on the female orgasm and big dicks, but that's for like basically anything that comes to my mind. I keep trying.
Yeah, you know that when you bring up the orgasm, that kind of made me giggle a little bit because I don't think guys realize how much that um like when you watch porn, the guys are looking at the woman's face more than they are their tits and ass. You know, their faces actually is what the biggest turn on is. I mean, to me personally, um what turns me on is turning a woman on. If the woman's not having fun, I'm not having fun, which is always worked out well for me because no one likes a selfish lover.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, I mean, so that's always worked out well for me. But
Uh,
that's funny you mentioned that because I think a lot of guys don't realize it, and it's probably subconscious, but their face is what's most important in porn and not their body necessarily. I'm sure, I mean, it's all comes into play, but the
right.
face is what actually, I mean, turns you on, you know, because seeing them get off is what makes you get off.
Well,
Uh,
personally, for example, with oral sex, if I'm giving oral to a guy, I listen to different cues. I try to watch his body language. I try to see his reaction, and I try to hear in his voice. Because if you're doing a good job, you'll see different reactions versus a bad job.
right, you'll know. You will definitely know. You will most certainly know. So so other than your YouTube and your YouTube channel and obviously your art, what are some of your other hobbies in life or that you like to do in life?
That's about it. World of Warcraft. I love World of
All
Warcraft.
right, you're a nerd.
Yes, I have
Oh,
two World
I
of
love
War.
you even more now.
Um, I have 2 World of Warcraft tattoos, and
Awesome.
I thought about getting a Mass Effect tattoo later in my life because I really liked. I gotta look the guy up. He was the scientist on the crew, and one of his quotes was really cute.
Do you enjoy comics?
Oh yeah, I've read manga. I've read a couple Deadpool comics. Um, I've kind of I've touched in many different areas. I know a lot about Star Wars. I know a decent amount of Star Trek. Um, if I really get into a subject, I will look further deeper into it. And the answer is Horde. Horde all the way. Undead, Warlock all the way.
I'm the same way. I think it's my addict personality is once I get into something, I go fucking balls to the wall towards it. Like I don't moderate with anything. It's like all or nothing for me. And I'm glad you're into comics because I do want to start a comic or like well not necessarily a comic but like a nerd type stream, like maybe like a weekly thing where we talk
Okay.
about like comics one week, maybe a Star Trek one, maybe a Star
Right.
Wars thing. I just want to do something nerdy, and I know that I can in our group, I can find enough nerds to fill that out quite easily. I'm pretty sure I already got like a lot of people interested, like Jimmy or Mr. Atheist, uh, um, Matt Clark. He's interested. But there's a lot of nerds. I'm sure we're all over the place. Like your World of Warcraft, where
Yeah, I know.
I'm more of a D&D kind of guy. Like, do you game on Xbox at all?
Um, as I have Mass Effect. I think I have a Batman game for Xbox. For the PlayStation 4, all I have is Middle Earth right now.
Is it fun?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
and horror games. I have a bunch of horror games, but that's not really something you.
oh yeah, I like horror games too. Like Resident Evil 4 is still my favorite game of all time. Resident Evil 4, remember when they went from more of a puzzle to a shooter kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Resident Evil 4. My
I
favorite game
haven't.
though right now though is probably Dungeons and Dragons Neverwinter. That game is fucking addictive as fuck.
Uh, I've tried the latest Resident Evil. The only issue is like I have to look everything up. I have no fucking clue what's going on, and it's bad. Like at some point, and that's where like the problem with horror games is if I play horror games, I want to play with a third party or second party. My boyfriend hates horror. He cannot watch horror to save his life.
Really?
So yeah, no, he hates it. So I'm someone who watches a lot of horror movies. So I have to actually like I've thought of a couple.
Hello? What happened? I can't hear. Hello? Can everybody hear me? If you can hear me in the chat, please say yes or no. Okay, I'll hang in there. You guys can hear me though, okay? Okay, good. So while we're trying to figure out what if she's trying to figure out what's going on, how is everybody in chat doing today? Oh, maybe maybe she can. The link should still work. I don't see why it wouldn't. If someone wants to like hit her up on Twitter and see if she can hop back in. I'm DMing her real quick if you guys are wondering why I'm not talking. Oh, she said her internet cut out. Just 1 second. So I'll talk to you guys in the meantime. So, uh, um, Nacha, I'm pretty busy this week, but I'd like to work you in next week if possible. Would a weekend work best for you because of the because of the time difference? Sing? That's not going to happen, dude. Well, what would you like me to sing? It depends on what song you want me to sing. Yep, it was probably Jeebus, Josiah. You're probably right. He's probably trying to shut her down. He wants us to fail. It's all that Jeebus. I don't trust that guy. I never have. Well, I'm glad you're all here, though. Sweet Dream. Me and Our Sorrow, that's a good song. That is a really good song, but I don't think I can sing like that. Uh, Our God is an awesome God. He reigns in heaven above. That song, P. Mars. Surprised I know that song, huh? My girlfriend's a Christian, so I do know some. I do know some hymns, unfortunately. Actually, I like some hymns. Am I the only atheist that likes hymns? Is there any other atheist that enjoys hymns? I mean, minus the whole God thing, but I mean, do they appreciate the music? Is that weird? What do you guys think? Is it odd? Yeah, hymnalysis. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot all about hymnalysis. Oh, I guess I could tell you about I got some books from the library, and I'm going to be doing some mythology stuff. I thought that would be interesting. Maybe we can learn about other gods besides just the Christian gods. I thought that might be interesting. Might be some interesting material to make. So K-pop. I've never listened to K-pop. What's so fucking special about what's so special about K-pop? Jesus is Lord. Well, that's what they call him anyway. But he's not my Lord. I have no Lord. I am not a serf. I would like to surf though. What is my local library? Um, that's a place where you go and you give them a card and they give you books. And my girlfriend's a librarian, so I technically don't have a library card. I just rent in her name. That way, there's no late fees or actually time I have to take books back. I could keep a book for 6 months if I wanted to. She might get in trouble, but I there is no late fees or nothing, which is helpful because I'm a pothead and I forget all the time. Homosexuality is unnatural. Well, if homosexuality is unnatural, there's a whole lot of fucking unnatural shit going on because it seems pretty natural. People seem to do it a lot. And the definition of unnatural means it doesn't happen naturally, and homosexuality happens that homosexuality is quite natural. I'm not a homosexual, but I don't see anything unnatural about it. Are you just trolling Mr. Chaos Theory or Ms. Chaos Theory or Mrs. Chaos Theory? Which is fine if you'd like. I mean, trolls always make things interesting. Any of you guys want to take care of the troll? Now, what's up with me? Not a whole lot. Just um, interviewing atheists and um, playing some Xbox, trying to get a little work here and there when I can, trying to get a little more exercise, a little more exercise because I'd like to see my son graduate from high school, stuff like that. Exactly. The gay agenda is everywhere on TV and in our schools, in your schools. I don't have a school, so they're not in my schools, and I don't believe there's a gay agenda. That would entail that like they have like gay meetings and they're like, all right, everybody, how are we gonna fuck up the world? We need to push our gayness on everybody. I don't think that's how gay people work. That isn't exact. That is not. You're only half gay queer. Well, then you're only half unnatural, I guess.
Hello, I'm back.
Hello, welcome back. I've just been fighting with well, not fighting. We have a fella or a lady in the chat that is trolling and saying that being gay is unnatural. I said, well, the definition of unnatural means that it doesn't happen naturally. And if you ask me, being gay seems pretty fucking natural because it happens quite a lot in life, right?
It does. So my internet just completely died on me, so that's why I'm kind of going in through my phone.
I just believe that homosexuality is immoral. Well, first of all, there's no such thing as morals. Morals are subjectives. It's subjectives, and it's an abomination to God. To what God? Which God? Which God is it an abomination to?
Um, I don't ever quite get, and the only thing I can understand is people who are anti-gay, maybe they have some emotional issues around it, and that's the only reason I can see why.
I just think they think it's icky, and that's their way of expressing it. They're like, "Ew, that's icky."
Well, like, it's that, or they have, like, just, you know how we hate ourselves sometimes? They are secretly gay and just hate themselves for it.
I think so. You know who I think is the biggest closet homosexual ever? Steven Anderson. I have never seen a preacher preach more against gay people in my entire life. You know
Mm.
what? You know what I think is immoral? What I think is immoral is a God that would torture fucking non-believers just for not believing. That's fucking immoral. Being tortured for eternity for a finite crime seems pretty immoral to me. What does everybody else think about that?
Yeah, no. No. Huh. Yeah.
Now,
No.
okay, well, where were we at, Chess?
Wherever you like.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I asked you if you had any other hobbies, and you said no. No other
Mm.
hobbies. Art and YouTube. Well, that's enough to keep you. That's enough to keep you busy.
Well, in video games, yeah. That's definitely my big two go-tos.
Queer just said, "You haven't been here long, have you, Chaos Theory? Mole's channel is a good deal about atheism." Absolutely right. I do some history stuff too, and I talk a little bit about nerdy stuff. Is that immoral, Chaos Theory? Would you like me to talk about Star Trek instead? Maybe some
Oh, well, yeah.
dwarves?
Oh, what was it? There's this one little video from like a while ago that a bunch of people reviewed about how like Harry Potter was evil because it had magic, and you cannot. Witches are bad.
Well, that's funny because I would say God is magic if anybody's magic. Anybody that can poof the world into existence, that seems pretty magical to me.
Right?
Yeah. And what about the three magi that went to Jesus' birth? Isn't magi just a form of magic? Or isn't that like the shortened form of a magician?
I think it's basically another way that they can control women. Honestly, like the what was it? The hunts were based. A lot of them were angled at women that they didn't like, and it was just easier.
Uh-oh.
They're a
I'm just
witch.
saying, in chat, Satan and Satire said Chaos Theories is going to be his new favorite play toy. He just
Chaos.
he just done fucked up because Satan and Satire. Oh boy, you got some splaining to do, chaos theory. Any time you'd like to, if I think chaos theory ought to. I really encourage him debating. Gonna go for it. I think that would be a wonderful thing to watch. It would be heavenly. Actually, it would be heavenly. See what I did there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, chaos theory. You're in the wrong place, I believe. I think you might have came here on accident.
Well, people do look for it. I'll admit, there's occasionally once in a blue moon I'll see like a pro-religious stream that I'll comment on a little bit.
Josiah, it's a touchy, licky subject. Yes, Lebanese lesbianism is a touchy, licky subject that I endorse fully. I hope he responds to your invite, Peter, because that would be fucking excellent, dude. Excellent. So now I guess sorry, I was just talking. I was so used to talking to chat while you were gone that I just kept talking to him. But
No.
so what do we have look forward to? Look for. I mean, what do you have in the works for your channel?
More BDSM art. There
Of
was a
course.
talk. Later this week, we're going. I'm getting with Snarky, Anti-Ordinary, and Wonder Lady with the 7 Deadly Sins of Trump.
Cool. That ought to be interesting. 4 of my favorite snarky women.
I have a lot. I know I'm interviewing. What is it? Lavender Lady. I'm interviewing a female Muslim. What else am I interviewing? I know I'm talking to quite a few people. There's probably more. I just can't think of them all off the top of my head. And I do want to try to make 2 videos. I'm trying to keep up with at least 2 to 3 videos a week.
Right. I want to start. I mean, I stream a lot, which is kind of my niche, but I do want to start making videos now that I finally found an editing program that I can use because I'm totally computer fucking illiterate. I'm not very tech savvy. I'm an old man who just happened to get a computer and start a YouTube channel. So but I'm getting better. Einstein was a fake genius. Oh, come on, P. Mars. You're just being a troll now yourself. And you're my friend. I'll even tell you. I'll even say that. That's just being a plain old troll saying Einstein was a fake genius.
Fake. He had good ideas for his time, and he was definitely out there.
He was out there. I'll give you that. But like I do believe in the we're standing on the shoulders of giants. That statement is one of the true statements there are because like anything, knowledge is passed on and improved upon from generation to generation to generation. So where Einstein left off, other physicists picked up where he left off, like Richard Feynman and Stephen Hawking and Neil deGrasse Tyson, Michio Kaku, or however you pronounce his name. There's a lot of great physicists, but Einstein did lay down actually Newton laid down the basics, and then Einstein refined them. Well, there's others too. I mean, Schrodinger, and I mean, there's so many physicists to name. It's really hard to pick out one and say, that they did any one thing better than another. They've all came up with a bunch of great theories.
Right. Huh. Let me see.
Einstein, not Einstein. Are we talking about the fucking Mandela effect now? What the hell's going on here?
Let's see. I think my internet came back up. I'm going to disconnect from you for one more moment so I can get back on my headset.
Gotcha. Gonna go for it. Subbed up right now. Can't wait for your epic fail in the hood edition. Okay, we'll see there, buddy. We'll see. Mathematician. That is a good term. I kind of like that myself. Did I lose P again? Chess, I lost you again. Hi, Artie. I guess I'm talking to the chat again. Does anybody want a link to hop in?
Hello?
Oh, did I get you back?
Yes. This
Okay,
is a
good.
million times better. I don't trust my phone, and I don't know what has been going on. And it happened a couple times last night where my internet has been like, it like skips a couple minutes. And I don't know if they're working on something in my area or not. And now I can finally actually see the chat.
Uh, do you want to invite a couple people in?
Sure. Wonder Lady?
Oh, of course. That's a given. Who else should we? Peter and another freak. Oh, another freaking atheist says he is not streaming until his interview tonight. So Wonder Lady's for sure. Peter, would you like one?
If Chaos Theory has some balls, I'll be happy to talk to him.
Oh, Queer. Yeah, of course, Queer. You can come in. I haven't talked to you in forever. Anybody that wants a link, ask me in chat.
Yeah. As I said, if Chaos Theory has some balls, I'll be happy to talk to him.
Yeah, if they're brave enough to come on in, Peter will be here too. So okay, I'll send you a link, Don. Come on in, Don. The water's fine. The water is fine. Actually, it's better than fine. It's wonderful. All right, where are you at, Wonder Lady? You should be right near the top. Oh, there you are. I'll say you were one of the last people I DM'd, so I knew you were. I knew you was close. Okay, there's Wonder Lady's got one now. Now I gotta give one to Peter. I gotta give him a Peter. Peter is gonna touch my Peter. That's gay. Chaos Theory might not like that. Oh, I almost said I went to Godless Engineer, although that would be great.
Dude!
Peter.
Huh?
Peter, Pumpkin Eater.
Peter.
Hi.
So what's going on?
I don't know. It was weird. It's happened last night. It should be working now. I don't know. I wasn't expecting it to happen today.
Okay.
All right, so there I sent a few out. Oh wait, I gotta get one more. If we're gonna have, if we're looking for offensive people, Artemis has gotta get a
Not Artie.
Not Artie.
I'm joking. I love
Okay.
this guy.
You know, I mean, if we want offensive people, let's go with offensive people. Now he'd offend the fuck out of Chaos, Mr. Chaos.
Well, just so you know, I might have to step away for a moment, but I'll be right back when that happens.
Oh, that's okay. I'll be
offensive while Faye's gone.
I got my interview with Frankie at 6 o'clock anyway, so
6 o'clock your time.
6 o'clock my time, yeah. So
Yeah,
in about a little over.
So that's besides the point.
Yeah, that's a little over an hour from now, so we got
Right.
plenty of time.
Right.
Hashtag mute Peter.
All right.
Queer
Already
is
got
for his invite via Discord. He said.
Who?
Queer.
Oh, Queer. I'm sorry, hon. I forgot about you. I forgot. You
My
gotta
new
remember I'm
friend
a
I
stoner.
just made.
Oh, queer is awesome. You'll love him.
I just made this new friend.
Ooh.
Queer is
Plays
awesome.
World of
You'll love
Warcraft
him.
chess. Plays World of Warcraft.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Queer is awesome.
I think I've just made a new friend. He's in chat, but he's a little bit too afraid to talk. His name is Chaos Theory.
Chaos Theory.
I think actually that's a description of his brain.
Women.
I'll point something out here.
Chaos Theory says, not afraid of women or their cooties, aka he's afraid of women. Do you think it's okay to have sex with a horse?
Oh no!
Why?
Sex
You're
with
equating bestiality and homosexuality. Holy shit!
I know.
I want to
point
point out something.
And Artemis joined. You can't make that shit up.
What is the notion of me
Shut
being
up,
the
Artie.
offensive one? Look at this list of cocksuckers you got down here, and I'm the offensive one.
Shut up, Artie.
I meant that in a loving way. You're my most offensive friend.
Artie, what's up with the Dutch clothes?
What the what?
Actually, you and Peter are pretty
You're
equally
dressed
offensive.
completely in orange. Orange is the color of the Netherlands. You didn't know that?
It is.
Orange is the color of the Netherlands.
Impressive.
And only the Dutch people, only the Dutch people, only the Dutch people know.
La 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 la.
Sorry, it's
Oh my god.
one of my favorite
I'm
Smothers
impressed.
Brothers songs.
Elijah Gus. Okay, I have to pick you up.
It depends on how cute the horse is, Chaos Theory. I mean, if it's a cute horse and it buys me dinner, I found you clear. You got the link.
I want to tackle Chaos Theory's thing about the gays because it is in the Bible, Leviticus 20:13. And what I want to point out is 4 verses before that, it tells you to kill your own children if they curse you. Now, if you want to go with homosexuality, just shut up, Peter. If you want to go with homosexuality,
let me give you a tip. What he wants to do is antagonize you. If you start giving him answers, you're feeding the troll. Don't give him answers until he shows up on one of our streams.
Fair enough.
That'll work.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
He's already trying to move content to his own channel.
Yeah. I just like to point that out whenever anyone says that about queers in the Bible.
Yeah.
Speaking of queers, hello, queer. We have never met.
I am queer.
Hi, queer.
Hi, queer.
Queer's my nickname, by the way. So
Queer's a good guy.
Another freaking
How
atheist
dare
is
you.
my nickname too.
how dare you insult me?
Oh, I'm
I'm
sorry.
kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm sorry. You're a horrible guy.
I know, right?
I didn't mean to call you good. I'm sorry.
I thought you said big. Oh God.
No, I said great. A good guy.
Don't mind me. I'm an idiot.
You're
No.
fine.
You're also self-deprecating as hell. That's your one fault.
I hate myself. It's fine.
You're lovely, and you're gonna. I love you whether you like it or not. Deal with it.
Shut up.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, asshole. Holy crap.
What the fuck do you mean your love?
Let him wallow in his own shit. Why do you have to be there with a towel?
I don't know. I'm just me,
Just
man.
stand there with a bucket of fucking wet.
Oh, I missed that snort.
Here's
Oh
one,
God damn it.
here's one for you.
I
And
hate my
here's
good
one for
snorts.
you.
Have a tissue.
Artie, I love you.
I love you too.
You're fucking hilarious. God damn.
It's true. It's true.
That's a fucking lie. I'm just this fucking weird. You think it's funny, but this is just not.
Shut up, Artie.
Did you get your new glasses?
If you ever want to do a stream on your channel, that's fine, but not today.
I can't see your new glasses.
You didn't.
Oh, there they are.
It's the Mandela effect that these are so different from the other ones that you can't tell that they're different.
Oh, do you want to link P Mars? All right, I can invite one more person. Well, I don't, but that's got to be my limit.
These are now being held together with super glue.
Is that all just stupid glue?
Yeah, because the other shit didn't work.
YouTube, please.
You should have tried. You should have tried. You should have tried Gorilla Glue. Gorilla Glue. That shit fucking that'll hold anything.
Gorilla Glue is great, except that and it would look awesome on some fucking spectacles, don't you think?
There you go, P.
Artie,
I got T-shirts.
Artie uses stupid glue.
Stupid glue.
Did you just say stupid glue? What? I just woke up like 10 minutes ago. I'm sorry.
That doesn't surprise me.
That's okay.
Queer's favorite pastime is sleeping. Just in case anybody didn't know.
I love sleeping.
I do too. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of sleeping.
Wait a minute. You claim you're a World of Warcraft player and you sleep? Are you nuts?
I get
level 23.
So much shit to Faye for like wanting to go to bed at like 5 a.m. of raiding.
Hey man.
Hey, it's Pride Month. Fuck it.
Listen, I have other games that I play.
Secretly going, I'm so tired, and I'm so tired. Finally, I'm calling it. We're at the last boss, and I say, okay, I'm calling it. Everyone's tired. No, I don't want to go to bed. Even the ones who said they wanted to go to bed. Gee, thanks, Peter.
Artie's performing oral sex on someone.
Stop.
You don't sleep if you're a World of Warcraft player. Are you kidding?
I sleep at my desk.
Chaos Theory, I got a question for you. We obviously you're a Christian. Ugh, shudder.
What?
But what's the shape of the Earth? Let's see how much of a troll you really are.
What's the shape of your dick?
Flat.
What does your crucifix look like, boy?
I'm sorry, that was too much.
It's cross out your pussy.
It's been a while since it's been a while since you've seen a crucifix. It's stuck in his ass.
Right?
Oh my.
Cross out your pussy beyond this.
Fuck you, Jesus. Fuck you, Jesus.
The cat wants
Yeah, it is. The Exorcist is on this album. Bitch!
Oh, you're not worth. You're not worth. You're not worth my best Chaos Theory. You're just a minor fucking you're just a minor amusement at best.
How many Christian prayers does it take to resurrect a fucking refrigerator, huh? You want to prove God to me, huh? Make the fucking thing work.
God me, daddy.
Fucking thing work.
Yeah. If Faye needs a refrigerator, would you pray for her and see how well that works?
Yeah, start one of those prayer circles and make my fucking refrigerator work.
Yeah.
While you're at it, clean my box.
Yeah, see,
Jesus over here to clean
Faye,
my
you don't get it. Faye, you don't get it. God broke your refrigerator because he needs to have it defrosted so he can walk on water. He doesn't walk on ice.
Won't do it.
God is pretty lame since I have a great big fucking lake out there called Lake Champlain.
Technically, I'm like Jesus.
Yeah, hold on. But you got a dinosaur living in that lake. You wouldn't want Jesus to walk all across a lake with a dinosaur in it now, would you?
Oh, that's true.
Oh, what's it called? Chappie?
A reprobate.
Champy.
Champ.
Yeah.
Champlain, Artie should have been Champlain. It's a little easy.
I don't know why Chaos Theory thinks we're a bunch of atheists. Don't we all worship Zeus?
Yeah, actually, no. I'm Thor. I like Thor.
I
like Loki.
I think Artie's God might be Dionysus.
No.
Wait a minute. Since I live with two women, I've got a question for chaos theory.
Okay.
Can he please provide me the verses where God says that lesbianism isn't allowed? So
Yeah.
provide me the verses where two women can't have sex together.
It's because women don't count. Remember, we're property.
Yeah, women. Yeah, women.
Hold
women
on. In my house, both count.
Oh, we know that.
Yeah.
As far as I don't know when this whole fucking women were property thing ended, but every relationship I've ever been in, I've always been the second class.
Hold on. It hasn't ended. In my house, they're my property. that's a whole different story.
Well, that's your guys' kink, though. I mean, that's not really a property.
Yeah.
Actually, it is.
Oh God, Satan, please
take me away.
Satan,
please take me away.
There's only two genders: men and dishwashers. Goddamn.
Faye, how are you doing with your video, by the way? When are you going to post it? Because I really want to talk about that guy eventually.
Talk about all the guys.
All of them. All the pervy, like, sinner guys that believe devils are after them.
Yeah. The devil made me do it.
Wait, you're talking about me when I'm not there? What's going on?
Hashtag mute Peter.
I would like chaos theory to know that every atheist that I associate with is probably a more humanist, loving, caring person than any Christian I've ever met.
Ooh, Bible verses. They don't mean a damn fucking thing to me.
Oh yay, Bible verses. Are you gonna prove Are you gonna prove God with the Bible? Are you?
Oh wait. Can I like mine about like men with genitalias as big as horses?
Sure.
Rivers of ejaculate. So poetic.
Bible. I gotta find the right verse. I gotta at least think it correctly. Oh, here we go.
For this cause, God gave them up unto vile affections. For even their women did change their natural use into witches against nature. It doesn't really prove anything about lesbian, really.
No,
to me.
No, it says nothing about lesbians. Not a single word.
Yeah, why don't you give us 125 and 127 too to give us a little context?
Well, don't you know that lesbians are of the gay?
The Bible was the twilight of its day. Come on, give it a little more credit. At least say it was Harry Potter.
No.
No, chaos theory. You didn't answer the question.
And also, if it's unnatural, why do almost all other animals perform gay sex? Like,
yeah.
Why? Why?
Why is cunnilingus and a blowjob in the Bible?
Yeah, why are the same fucking thing? How is sodomy both anal sex and oral sex?
Wait. So, am I committing a sin if I decide to peg a man?
Oral sex? Sodomy's oral sex?
Yes.
I mean,
really?
Yeah.
Are you that unexperienced, Artie?
I think
I am well versed in Indiana fucking law. I can tell you that.
Sodomy in the original sense was anything but the missionary position.
Yeah, anything that was remotely kink that wasn't procreation.
Yeah, so no golden showers back in the day, no doggy style,
no finger in the butt.
Yeah, not even a finger
in the butt, yo.
Well, hold on. I can actually prove that that's not entirely correct.
No,
I can prove that.
Peter.
You're more than welcome to do so, Peter.
I can prove that with a tiny video clip.
Oh, well.
Is it mine?
Sorry about that. I had to let my dog in my room.
No problem.
You can believe me, Artie. I don't have any sex videos of you.
Are we still on for Thursday, Artie?
I have them all. Yes, we are.
All right, cool.
I don't have sex.
I'm interviewing God, the good one, Friday, so I want to interview Satan and Satire Saturday. Wouldn't that be cool to have God one day and Satan the next?
Do it.
Do it.
Just do it. I hate myself.
Yeah, I talked to Satan a little bit last night on Mad stream. Mad was drunker than shit. He was acting all kinds of crazy. I still love him though.
Yeah, he's fun.
Yeah,
we don't agree on just about anything except what's
me neither. Yeah, but we agree on enough that he's my friend.
Yeah, we agree on enough that we laugh at the same shit, so it's okay.
Right.
And we can laugh at the fact that we can completely disagree on so much other shit.
Yeah.
And he'll bring up libertarianism just to be an asshole, and so I'll bring up you can make all your own roads you want as soon as you buy the land to put them on.
Since when do you hate atheists, P. Mars? Is this something new? Did something bad happen to you within the last day or two?
Get touched. Show us where atheism touched you.
Yeah.
Show us on the dolls.
Wait. So is atheists and homosexuals the same to you? So, like,
no,
we on the same scale?
I think P. Mars is just fucking around, actually.
Probably.
Show us on Carol.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, that's real.
The atheist mind is given over to a corrupt mind. My mind was corrupt way before I even thought about atheism. So
right.
I don't know what to tell you there.
Wait, so what about the sexual urges I had as a child? Or I shouldn't say child. Yeah, as a child. Was my mind long gone then before I even bothered to look up what the word atheist meant?
Right, I assume like most boys, they experimented with other boys as children. Does that make me a homosexual just because I was experimenting with my sexuality?
Did you say homosexual?
I said homosexual.
That's not what makes you homosexual. The other things you did.
Hopeful sexual.
Wouldn't it make me? Yeah, I was hopeful sexual. That's what it was at that time. I just want to have sex with something.
Oh my god.
Or someone. No, but I assumed all boys. I just assumed all boys experimented as children, while they're growing up. It wasn't that odd to think, right?
Everyone does. I did it with a girl when I was younger. Like I was in 1st grade and she was in 5th.
The first time I kissed a girl that was in front of another girl, that's about as kinky as I ever got.
Yeah, I'm sure that's true. I find that one hard to believe, Artie.
Honestly, I've never kissed someone. I've never had sex either.
I'm a lamosexual.
How old are you? Dude, do I need to cut down my
virgin? So
I'm not creative, Mole. I just get by on having a grower.
How old are you? So I could maybe cut down my language a little bit.
I'm 25.
Okay, never mind. I'm good then.
Yeah. Well, I have a strict rule about a no under 18 rule because my streams get a little out there at times.
See, remember what he said about me before he invited me in here about how offensive I am, apparently? Rivers of ejaculate.
Why is something that is immoral wrong to do? Well, first of all, I don't believe in morals.
Dreams, Artie.
And if you're asking why is it wrong, I don't believe in. I think morals are subjective. I'm not saying there are no morals. I think morals are subjective. Maybe that's a better way to put it.
I accept Dillahunty's notion that in application.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready for the evidence?
What evidence?
Throw it at us.
Yeah, put me on presenting, and everybody shut up for a while.
Oh no, this one.
I will present you. I will present Peter.
Or you could click above that the
present your Peter.
Don. What part of shut up did you understand?
Peter.
If Peter's having to tell you to shut up.
All right, I am now presenting my Peter.
Whip it out.
Okay.
Excuse me,
wow.
Thank you for making me holy. And thank you for giving me holes to choose from. And since I'm not a godless whore, you'll have to come in the back door. Therefore, fuck me in the ass because I love Jesus. The Lord wanted that way. That sweet sensation of a throbbing rationalization.
The fact that sodomy is only up the butt sex.
Because everyone knows it's the sex that God can't see.
Sorry.
Peter, you need new material. I've seen that too many times.
I've never seen that. That was quite amusing. So
You've never seen that.